Hello viewers, let us have another chart, Taurus Ascendant chart, 20 July 1904, 144, Ludhiana, Punjab, India. This is the chart with the given time zone and with the longitude 75 east, 51, and latitude is 30° north, 55. So these are the chart details. You can cast this chart in order to listen and in order to increase your knowledge on the chart readings, on the chart analysis rather. So this is a chart, Taurus Ascendant chart rising at 8 degrees. Mars is placed in the ascendant. It is one of the challenges for the native. And so far as Taurus Ascendant natives are concerned, they are quite down to earth most often, but since Mars is placed in the first house, therefore changing the personality abruptly. So let us come to the weaknesses and strengths of the chart. So far as the weaknesses of the chart are concerned, there are multiple afflictions in the chart. Jupiter is giving afflictions. This is a problem throughout the life of the native. Venus is giving afflictions, so this is the problem throughout the life of the native. Mars is giving afflictions in the chart, so this is again yet another challenge for the native throughout his life. And Rahu and Ketu are weak. They are in old age. This is an utter infancy. Rahu and Ketu are in infancy. This is again one of the weaknesses which should not be there. Sun is in the third house in the state of infancy. Moon is in the seventh house in the state of debilitation. This is yet another weakness. So far as the native is concerned, the chart had come to me. The native had contacted me regarding the analysis and regarding the challenges of his life. Firstly, the instability of health is evident in the chart. The native won't enjoy healthy lifestyle, a stable health. Why? Because Sun is utterly weak in the chart, Moon is utterly weak in the chart, and Mars is also placed in the Lagna, and it will have unfavorable significations and unfavorable events going through the life of the native, especially in the sub period of Mars. Now the native, so far as the weaknesses are of the chart are concerned, I have mentioned the weaknesses of the chart one by one. And so far as strength of the chart is concerned, Saturn is utterly strong in the 10th house. That is its own empty house. It's one of the best placements for Saturn in case of Taurus Ascendant chart. And in case of any sign, when so far as the weak strengths of the chart are concerned, Mercury is quite strong and it's nicely placed. Mercury of 12 degrees 54 minutes. Very good placement of Mercury, but Mercury is afflicted in the chart. This is one of the challenges for the native, which he is going through since long. And Moon is debilitated, but it's nicely placed in the 7th house in the Yogarak sign, in the Yogarak house. Saturn is well placed. Venus, although afflicted, but it's well placed in the sign of Leo. Mars is well placed, but it should not have been placed there because it's the house of personality. It should have been placed somewhere else in the chart. So these are the and Jupiter is placed in the 6th house. It's again close to efficient point of the horoscope. This is yet another challenge for the native, which he has been going through. So there are multiple challenges in the chart. In particular, with respect to Taurus Ascendant native, they are disturbed. Most of the Taurus Ascendant natives, they get disturbances from the transit because the number of malefics is quite large. This is, I think, the only zodiac which gets disturbed too much given the transit afflictions. Yes. So far as the Mahadasha is concerned, the native is going through the Mahadasha of Venus. Now Venus is placed in the 4th house. It's afflicted. It won't give any result. It won't give any good result to the native. There will be disputes in the family which are going on in the family of the native. As is, Mercury is placed in the second house, it means that the native will be interested in creating wealth through investments. But as Mercury is afflicted in the chart, there will be obstacles and obstructions with respect to this placement of Mercury, with respect to the significations enjoyed by Mercury in the chart. And so far as Sun is concerned, it's placed in the third house, it's in infancy, and the dispositor of Sun is itself weak, and dispositor of Venus is also weak. So these are the main challenges in the chart, isn't it? Mahadasha of Venus will be yet another challenge. Now the native is going through Venus Saturn. It will be a favorable time because Saturn is quite strong in the chart, and 80% of the results are achieved in the sub period or in the Antardasha of planets. And it also depends on the strength of the planets going through the Mahadasha or Antardasha, the strength of the planets concerned. And so far as the transit is concerned, transit is also not in the favor of Taurians. It is a challengeable time going on right now for the Taurians, that Mars is debilitated and it's the malefic planet for the Taurians, and it is giving afflictions in this chart. It is giving afflictions to the Sun first, and it is giving afflictions to the houses aspected by Mars by 4th, 7th and 8th aspect. And Jupiter is placed in the Lagna, so far as the transit Jupiter is placed. So it is yet another impediment for the natives, that the native would achieve any success in this time period. And so far as the coming transit of Jupiter in the Gemini is concerned, it will again be a challenging transit for the Taurians. And Venus is placed in the 10th house. It is again, there should be care should be taken by the natives, and most of the natives wearing diamond. So far as the Taurians are concerned, they get disturbances, they get litigations, they get court cases involved in it. Therefore also their health gets also involved. This is again yet another side of the Taurians, that with the use of diamond they get many challenges in their life, and they themselves don't know that we are getting these problems because of the diamond we are wearing in the ring finger or in the middle finger or in the index finger whatsoever. But diamond is there, and it is a source of problem for those natives. So recommending diamond in case of this ascendant is very tricky job. We are to give diamond, we are not to give diamond, and it's better to use pearl, isn't it, instead of diamond. For example, where the need is, it's better to use ruby instead of diamond, isn't it? So it is one of the basic, one of the best situations. So far as the nakshatra is concerned, the chart is rising in the nakshatra of Sun, in the Kritika nakshatra. This is the nakshatra of Lagna, and the only the weaknesses and the worst points about this chart is that there are multiple afflictions in the chart, and Mars is placed in the Lagna. It's a very critical situation for the native that he is unable to manage. Mars is afflicting Venus. It's also an impediment. It's also an impediment in the marital life of native, because Venus is the general significator of marriage and general significator of marital life for the male natives, where Jupiter is for the female natives, isn't it? So when Venus is afflicted in the chart, it's weak on behalf of the dispositor also. So Venus is rendered weak in the chart, and it's going through the Mahadasha of Venus, and there are marital issues as well. So far as the marital bond is concerned, that's not strong. And the moon gets debilitated in the 7th house. It also affects 7th house badly. The debilitation, it should have been strengthened itself, it should have been remedied, but there is no remedy yet. The remedy was that some metal were being used when the consultation was done for the native. When he came to me, I gave specific suggestions. Remove all these metals, that you have remove all these chains which you have used and which you have put in your neck, and remove all those chains and everything. You will get relaxed within 2 days. And the same thing happened, and the charities for the malefics was recommended to the native. And the upcoming challenges that will be there with respect to career and with respect to marital life, that were explained to the native in the concrete way, and the native got satisfied with the all the analysis that was done, and it was an amazing session for the native. Now, so far as D6 is concerned, let us look at the D6. D6 is the chart of health. In the D6, it is the Scorpio ascendant which is rising. It means that there is no additional determinant for health. So far as D2 is concerned, moon, isn't it? Moon is the Cancer ascendant, so far as D2 is concerned. So moon becomes the additional determinant for wealth, because the divisional chart D2 signifies that moon is placed in the second house of Leo, and therefore moon becomes the secondary additional determinant for wealth creation. And so far as the D7 is concerned, let us look at it. And Jupiter is the ascendant lord of the D7, so it is a problem here. And Venus is placed in Scorpio, and moon is conjunct with Ketu in the sign of desires, and Ketu is placed in the sign of desires in D7. So it implies challenge with respect to progeny of the native, so whereas D7 is concerned. So far as the D10 is concerned, it's Pisces ascendant chart, so no planet becomes additional determinant for career in this chart of Taurus ascendant. So these are the basic things, these are the different ways to look at this chart. And so far as the transit is concerned, even the Lagna chart is concerned, the native is going through the Mahadasha of Venus, and Mahadasha of Sun is coming. That will be a challenging time period if not remedied properly. And Venus Mahadasha will give fruitful results only when it's remedied in a proper and specific way, then only. Otherwise there are no chances of benefits of Venus Mahadasha in this chart. So this is all important things about this chart which I have mentioned. Thank you.